I never thought my own family could make me feel like a stranger in my own home. But here I was, 32 years old, sitting at the far end of the table, pretending the food didn't taste like cardboard. It had started 3 years ago, when I married Zara. My parents never said they disliked her. They didn't need to. The silence at family gatherings spoke louder than any insult could. The way my mother would forget to put out a plate for her, or how my father would talk over her whenever she tried to join a conversation. At first, I convinced myself it was just a phase. Families need time to adjust, right? But the phase didn't end. It grew roots. My sister would send me photos from family get-togethers I hadn't been invited to. My cousin got married last summer. I didn't even know until I saw the pictures online. Tonight was the breaking point. My parents had invited everyone for dinner. Everyone except Zara. They told me she probably had better things to do and that I should come alone so we can talk. The unspoken rule was clear: she wasn't welcome. When I arrived, the table was full. Laughter filled the room. The kind that makes you feel like you're on the outside of a locked window. My chair was at the far end, away from the warmth of the conversation. Every bite of food was heavy in my throat. Halfway through, my mother asked, "So, when will you be visiting without her again?" It wasn't even framed as a question, more like a condition. I set my fork down. My hands were shaking, not from anger, but from the sudden clarity that hit me. No matter what Zara did, no matter how kind or respectful she was, they had already decided she didn't belong. And if I stayed silent, I was agreeing with them. "I won't be visiting without her," I said quietly, but the words seemed to cut through the room. Conversations died mid-sentence. My father's eyes narrowed. My mother's smile tightened. I stood up, the chair scraping loudly against the floor. "If Zara's not welcome here, then neither am I." I left my plate untouched and walked out into the cold night. My phone buzzed with messages as I drove home, but I didn't read them. When I opened the door to my apartment, Zara looked up from the couch, her eyes searching mine. I didn't have to say a word. She already knew. That night, I realized something important. Family isn't just blood. Family is the people who make space for you at their table, and for the person you love. And if that table doesn't exist, you build your own.